woman was completely distraught. They were trapped on a road that looped back on itself. They'd been driving forward for who knows how long, but always ended up back at the starting point. Inside the car, their daughter's asthma attack was raging, causing her immense pain. The mother carried her outside, where she struggled to breathe, but her breaths were becoming increasingly weak. The father sat in the driver's seat, deeply frustrated. It all started when he gave their daughter lemonade to drink, but she was allergic, triggering her asthma attack. The girl's breathing stopped. The boy carried his sister out of the car. 35 years later, they were still trapped. The convenience store at the gas station refreshed its food and water daily. The boy had left his parents and was living alone, exercising by hiking every day, but his parents had deteriorated. The father drinking heavily and neglecting his hygiene, making him look incredibly old. That day, the mother's heart stopped. She never reached the end of the road, but her life had come to an end. As they buried her, the father suddenly had a splitting headache. He said he suddenly remembered past events. When he was young, he was trapped on a raft for 35 years. Before dying, the old man on the raft warned him not to ride in a red car, otherwise he would lose his memory and be trapped. But the father didn't listen, so they were trapped for 35 years too. At that moment, the father also warned the man not to get on a police car, otherwise they would be trapped for another 35 years. Then he stopped breathing too. The old man sat among piles of garbage, his hand repeatedly sending instant noodles to his mouth. Then he crawled up the stairs, his legs unable to move. 35 years ago, he was a policeman. 4 years, he'd been trapped in this staircase. No matter if he walked up or down, he always ended up back where he started. Trapped with him was another man. He punctured a mineral water bottle to make a shower head and pieced together nail clippers to form a mirror. Then he exercised in the staircase. It's hard to imagine that this man and the old man are the same age, but due to different lifestyles, their appearances are vastly different. That day, the old man finally remembered. Years ago, he was walking on the road, but a police car appeared in the middle. Curious, he walked up to it and eventually got on. Before dying, the policeman told the man not to enter the elevator. But that day, the man still reached for it. A newlywed couple entered the elevator, wearing wedding clothes and a veil. The attendant stared intently at the ceiling. The elevator doors opened, revealing a long corridor. A new cycle had begun. The attendant opened a box containing bees, then uncontrollably dropped his backpack to the floor. The groom was stung by a bee. He was allergic to the venom, but the medication had been shattered. They searched frantically for an exit, but they would soon realize they'd entered a new loop.